Howdy y'all, it is Cody from the Keepers of Nerdom. How you doing? Star Trek Insurrection. Is it actually any good? It has this reputation as being not great. And yeah, let's talk through it. Let's just go through the premise of the film. We'll just talk right here and then we'll just go through some of the characters. But the premise of the film is that Data has gone crazy and the Sona and the Federation are teamed up to do some sort of mission. And eventually Picard disobeys orders, comes to get Data, saves Data, only to find out that actually the Sona and the Federation are planning to steal the healing capabilities of this planet and move people, do some things that are really against any of the Federation's rules, and do a relocation kind of deal, like against the American Indians, against, oh man, even like Jewish people in Europe in the 40s and late 30s, stuff like that. It's crazy stuff. And a fascinating thing, like this film, I can tell you this right now, it's very much a Star Trek The Next Generation episode as a movie. So the premise is really interesting and good, but not always does the logic hold up very well as far as the concept here. Right here we have the Ruathu and his second in command. I can't remember his name up in the top left, but they're the Sona, and we come to find out actually the Sona really are the same race as the people on the planet, the Baku, and they're just, you can't tell they're the same race directly from looking, although the Baku totally just look like humans. That's one of those interesting things that happens in a film like this, that why is everybody just human sometimes? I laugh always with that, because even watching Star Trek Voyager right now, sometimes the difference between a human and this other species is they have a head wrap or something. But the Baku, they're just human. And there's I don't know if there's any mention of what's actually different between them and humanity as far as anything internally, organs wise or whatever. But the Sona are the Baku, they just have started to age again, and they're super messed up, and they're doing like tons and tons of plastic surgery to try to keep themselves looking quote unquote young, but it's not anything like that at all. It's rather interesting. And watching any scenes with the Sona is just, especially when they're getting their plastic surgery, man, it is grotesque in a way, but fascinating, because you're like, wow, they're just trying, but it's failing miserably. So yeah, the Sona are quite the fascinating species. Eventually, though, the Federation, well, really the Enterprise with Picard and Riker, in different areas, stop this plot and save these people from being relocated. At the beginning of the film, too, we get a fascinating scene once we get to the Enterprise of, it's interesting. There's like multiple starts to this film, because you get the thing of them in cloaking technology suits. And when you get to the Enterprise, it's Picard and the team trying to be diplomats, and it's fascinating because then Picard gets to wear this weird headdress thing, and he's super awkward with it, and it's hilarious, and it's great. So just a funny scene, and then it leads into the rest of the film. The big focus of this film truly is Picard, and especially Data. I mean, he is if you notice that in most of the films, they realized what they had in Data is that he is the focal point. He's the most interesting character because he's experiencing so much. We see damage on Data's neck from where he's been hit by a phaser or some sort of weapon, disruptor or whatever. And he's not thinking fully clearly. He's not himself. Man, so good. He's still able to access some memories and core and whatnot. But you see down in the bottom right, the cloaking tech that they have for these suits, very interesting. We get a great scene with him and Riker up at the top right, where Riker's shaved because the planet is de-aging everybody and making them feel more young and vibrant in their life. And Riker's like, smooth as an android's bottom, eh, Data? And Data feels it and then shakes his head like, no. And it's funny. It's comical. Like, there's some great scenes in this film. There really is. Usually they're surrounded by, it's around Data. Or there's a few other scenes that are heartwarming, but the funny ones, the interesting ones are Data related. And then you get the water scene after they jump out of the hollow ship, and Data apparently is a flotation device, which is really random and super funny. Like, Data should be really, really heavy, not capable of floating. And because we saw him not float earlier, and apparently he has the ability to inflate his feet, his butt. I don't know. It's weird. It's just weird. It's funny, but it's also like, this makes no sense at all. Very strange. And they're both smiling and laughing about it because it's super weird anyway. It's like, you just stop to think about what that means. Like, it's bizarre. But Data, I always love anything with Data. He's just, Brent Spiner is such a good actor and just loves to play this character, and he's so good at it. We also get some very touching moments with Dowardy, because somehow this planet instantly regrows his eyes that he's never actually had. It's crazy, but it's also really cool. He's like, I've never seen a sunset. And I mean, it's heartwarming. It's touching. It's awesome. Very good. Worf, on the other hand, is going through like reverse puberty for Klingons, and it's hilarious and goofy. And the ladies in the show too are having something weird, and it's a weird whole scene. That one's weird, but Worf's part is funny just because he's struggling with it. And yeah, we have the Baku again. Like, you look at the pictures, they're humans. They're straight up human. There's no difference. They didn't try to make them aliens at all. It's weird. It's very weird. It always aggravated just me in Star Trek, and I got it on a TV budget, but then especially with the old 26 episode kind of deal back in the day, and then you got a feature film and you just go, they're human. No. And I know they would technically be like, somebody's going to be in the comments, actually, they're not human, they're the Baku, and they're from da-da-da-da. But it's like, what I'm saying is just give them a forehead ridge, give them different ears or something, you know what I mean? Like, something to designate that they're not just humans. That's all. The Baku are interesting, and they have the ability to slow down time, but the logic inside the movie doesn't actually make sense whenever Adij, I think is her name, the top right here, is dying. They somehow can slow down, because they said it was a perception of time slowing down, not that they can actually slow down time. And yet it seems like later on in the movie they have the capability of slowing down time itself, which doesn't, just in their area, which doesn't make sense. There are plot issues with this movie, and it's like trying to make Picard an action hero in this film as well. Strange, especially like the hollow ship. Why is it in the water? Why does it just not stay up in space? I don't know. All right. We also have Admiral Dowardy, and he's the dumbest admiral we've seen in Star Trek in a while, which is saying something, because there's some dumb admirals. Because he's just like, I'm getting old, so I need this planet, basically. And he never just goes down and sits there on the planet for a good week or two, right? Or a month or a year. Like, good grief, man. Go sit on that planet and then go show up back at Starfleet headquarters and go, look, I'm young. You might make your case pretty well. And we get the funniest CGI moment ever of whenever Dowardy is killed in the film, and it's rather odd, but it's the CGI is just really odd, mostly because if you notice the eyes, like the eyes are stretching, which I don't know that they would stretch like that, but if they do, that's weird. Like, eyes would pop. Anyway, it's funny. It's such a scene that's just very memorable, because you're like, so the Sona go through this all the time, and Dowardy gets stretched once and it instantly kills him. It's like, that's weird. It's really weird. and the CGI is hilarious. So I included this picture just to let you see them all, the Eagle Moss models of the ships in this film. Honestly, that's the most interesting, beautiful part. I always love the ships in Star Trek films. Well, older Star Trek films, whenever they actually were trying to be like Star Trek. So let's go through the bottom, or the top left over. We have the first two are the Sona ships. Very cool, very interesting designs, especially that first one that's like a boomerang. It's just really epic, very nice. The last one on the top is the collector ship. Very interesting. They're all gray out. I don't know why they would be gray, because the Sona ships were not gray. But anyway, just really, really neat to see. And then in the middle, on the left, we have the one of the shuttles from the Enterprise. Just, I love the more streamlined look. It looks good. It looks really good. And then we have the Venture class Scout that has become like a staple in Star Trek Armada and Armada 2 as your scout ship. The Venture class Scout, it's funny. It's like it's kind of feels like a fatter ship in a way, but yet it looks good. It works really well. It's the perfect like upgrade to a shuttle beyond a Danube class runabout or anything. Then we have the hollow ship that's just a big rectangle basically. It's interesting, and it makes sense that you'd want just a rectangle or a square just to, or even a circle just to create a holodeck. And then we have the captain's yacht. That's the underside of the Enterprise E's saucer. Very cool. Looks good. I love that kind of stuff. And then obviously we have the Enterprise E itself, the Sovereign. The ships in this are just visual treats. Very, very, very amazing. And I just wanted to show a picture of this. I was like, oh, that was neat. I was looking for the ships from the movie, and I was going to just do pictures. And then I saw this. I was like, this just gets you, here's all the models of the ships from the film. Obviously, I don't think the Sona ones are colored the correct way, but again, these are just really cool to see. So, yeah, let's just look at that. I guess they are gray. Weird. I don't remember them being gray. So, yeah, I guess the Sona ships were gray. I remember them being like a brownish color. I don't know. But the Enterprise E looks beautiful in this film. Just amazing. The Venture class Scout, once you see it, and I love that they actually put you get the size of it with data in the front of the ship. Like, it's not a big ship, but it's got some good sized engines on it. So I wonder what the warp is. I can't remember on the Venture class Scout. And the collector ship is huge. I mean, it's not a small ship. It's crazy. And it's got that sail stuff from like the Bajoran sails ship from DS9. It's kind of interesting. The Sona stuff just looks really cool, very creepy, and it reminds me of Armada 1, I think, where there's a mission where the Sona ships just keep attacking you in the Badlands, and it's really neat. But we also have, just in the movie itself, whenever the Enterprise crew goes to stop the Baku from being taken, they put up like transport inhibitors, and so the Sona send these dart taggers that they're just little drones that if they hit you with a dart, they'll instantly transport you, because then it gives them the information they need. Really neat, really cool. We also get to see, this is the weird plot device issue that's super funny, is the hollow ship is in the water on the planet, and it's like, if it has a cloaking device, why are you putting it in the water? You're cloaking it underneath the water? Why? Why not just leave it in space cloaked or something? It just doesn't make sense. Like, because obviously they're using the cloak underwater. Anyway, just one of those strange things. And also the crew of the Sona ship sees a bright light, and it takes them a little while to realize that they've been teleported to the hollow ship. Which I love that scene, because it's like, what would be the perspective from a person teleported? What is that like? Because we've seen kind of some of it in TNG, but it's also you're teleporting to a different place. And what would it be like teleported to the exact same thing? Because they're teleported to a recreation of the ship, which ironically, how do the people like Data or whoever did this recreation on the hollow ship know exactly what the bridge of the Sona ship looks like? That doesn't make any sense at all. or just to do it even in that short of a time. Like, that's crazy. I don't know. That just seems really strange to me. So there's issues with this film, but I think the concept here is neat. Another focal point too is Data and this Baku kid, because the kid's scared of Data, and eventually at the end of the film they're playing, and Data's trying to be more like a kid for a little bit just to help him understand what humanity is like. Which again, are the Baku just humans? Kind of seems like it. Anyway, I love this scene because it's funny. Data trying to learn more about being a kid. It's a great film in a way with as far as certain spots, but it's slow and meandering and strange at times in its pacing. I forgot too just to mention, like, it has some of the most interesting, cool battle sequences. That it's short in a way because it's not a lot of like phaser fire, photon torpedoes or anything, but it is a neat battle of the Enterprise E versus the Sona ships. Really cool. Really cool. So let me know down in the comments below. Star Trek Insurrection, is it actually any good? Do you like it? Do you hate it? What's good about it? What's bad about it? I know it's not a great film, but I think it's got some wonderful heart in it, and it really is, as like a TNG episode, it's really fun. That being said, it's obviously lacking some excitement, some heavier stakes. Some of the logic in the film just doesn't hold up very well. I get it. I do. It is one of those that's just not great, but I do enjoy this film. TNG does have some decent films. It's just this one struggles with some pacing issues. Yeah. Let me know in the comments below what you think. I've been Cody from the Keepers of Nerdom. Like, share, and subscribe. Bye, y'all.